Hey, everyone. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. How are you? Vanessa, how's things in San Diego today?
Oh, just beautiful, Joe, but nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, you're probably right. There are probably some folks with some miserable weather. So maybe we should talk about what everybody's having for lunch today.
Seriously, switch from weather to lunch. Let's do it.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
everybody.
easy.
How's everything going? How is everyone? Natalie, good to see you here. It's
Yes,
great to
yes.
be here. We're excited about today's topic, which is focusing on retention. And may not be an exciting topic for you right now, but we're going to share what the mistake about 44% of the companies in the nation are making right now. So if you want to learn more about that mistake, stay tuned or tune in or have people tune in with you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
Jill. Hi, Marie.
Vanessa, we're excited about retention. Everybody should be excited about retention, retaining customers. Oh my gosh, that should be one of the most exciting things in your business.
You know what? It should be, but I don't think that people get as pumped up about retention as they
Nope,
do about obtaining new customers, and I think that that's a mistake. So
I
we'll be
agree.
we'll be making that very, very clear today.
Awesome. Little exploration into that world. Looking forward to it. No doubt about
Yes,
it. Yep, yep.
yes.
All
Hi,
right.
Raja. Good to see everyone. All right, Joe, are we ready to get started? Because
Huh?
I'm
Yeah,
anxious. I'm anxious
yeah.
to get
Let's
going on this.
let's do it
Okay.
then. Here we roll. Let's do it.
All right. So, first of all, thank you all for being here with us today. We are going to focus on retention and why it is important to focus on retention. So, let's get started here. I must be, there we go. Why retention? Here's that number I was referring to a minute or two ago, and that is that 44% of companies focus on customer acquisition rather than retention. And that is a mistake because if they don't focus on retaining their existing customers, they will never thrive as a business. We'll get into the statistics of why you want to focus on your existing customers in just a few minutes, but I cannot overemphasize the fact that a lot of people are taught in business school, or maybe they didn't even go to any kind of business school or take any business training when they started their company. They just thought, hey, I'm going to start a landscaping company, or I'm going to start this or that, and they didn't understand the statistics behind some of the buying decision that is made by their customers. So we will be digging into that in just a few minutes. Joe, I
Absolutely.
know
Yeah.
that you know how important retention is because you and I talk about it a lot.
We do. And it's been a part of my business life my entire existence, no doubt about it. And I just know how much it costs to
Yeah,
acquire new customers and how much energy you put into it.
yeah.
And then I look at the cost and the energy to keeping a customer. I'm like, oh, these are two different stories, like two completely different stories. And you get excited about it when you know how to, retain your customers and you know what's going on. It's when you don't know and you don't understand some of the topics or some of the concepts we're going to talk about today.
Exactly, exactly, including what Joe just mentioned, which is it costs 5 times more to obtain a new customer than it does to keep an existing one on average. So
Yes.
if you look at that and you think, well, how, all people always focus on advertising and driving customers in through the door, and they always focus on customer acquisition rather than retention. We're going to talk about how you can really take care of your existing customers so that they can actually bring you more business. What a concept, right?
Absolutely crazy, off the chain crazy. Matter of fact, if you even treat them right, not only will they stick around, they might even give you a referral. Crazy talk. I know, but it's true.
Crazy talk. All
I
right.
know, crazy talk, more crazy talk.
Customer retention is essential for growth and financial planning. In fact, 8% of returning customers can drive 40% of retail revenue. That is a crazy number, especially for those of you thinking about direct sales businesses. You must focus on retention for that purpose. So, I can't overemphasize the importance of this. Here's another one. Existing customers require less support and attention than new ones do. The probability of making a sale to a new customer is between 5 and 20%, while
Mm.
that likelihood jumps to 60 to 70% for existing customers. Now, why would that be? why would it be so much easier to sell to an existing customer than it is a new one? And if you think about the time and energy you spend educating a new customer on your product or service versus trying to resell to your existing customers that already have experience with you, they already trust you, they already know that that you've got the reputation for servicing them, and if you've got that, then it's much easier to make that sale.
Absolutely. No doubt about it.
And then, Joe, really talk about this for a second because you are the king of talking about the,
This is the
the
deal.
referrals.
Yeah, this is the deal. Loyal customers are the source of excellent referrals, positive reviews, and future growth. And I got to tell you, I don't understand why some companies don't have a retention department. They all have sales departments, but I don't know a company that has a retention department. Why is that? If you understand these numbers we're talking about today, you should have a retention department. And you may be the one who raises your hand in a board meeting and with the C-suite and says, "Hey, how come we don't have a retention department?" You might be dubbed the king or queen of retention all of a sudden. So be careful. But the truth, I mean, think about how much energy and money is spent in a sales department and how much is not being spent to retain the customers. And clearly, Mailbox Power understands retention.
Yeah.
And it's matter of fact, it's not just retention, it's a customer relationship is what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And referrals has been one of the R's we have talked about since day one of this company being in existence because it is a big
Absolutely.
deal. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Joe. And so what you just said, be careful if you do raise your hand and say, what about retention? We're going, if that happens to you, if you're in the meeting and you're like, hey guys, what are we doing about retention? And they say, hey, you're now in charge of retention.
Yep.
Sit tight. It's okay. We will help guide you in this process. And you need not be afraid of having to focus on retention because we're going to give you some tools here in
Yeah.
just a minute. So
Yes.
with that, what is your retention rate? What's your customer retention rate? This answer should be at the top of your mind. This should be something you know in terms of your customer retention rate. But Joe, when you and I were chatting earlier today, you made a great point, and that was that a lot of companies right now are focused on attracting new employees, and
Yes.
so I would say, what is your employee retention rate? That needs
Yeah.
to be another number that you know.
Yes. And we talked about that because we both saw a post that somebody made that says, "Hey, how come I'm seeing all these bonuses for new hires, but
Yeah,
no bonuses for sticking around or retention bonus basically
yeah,
for employees?" We're not just talking about customers. You want to talk about expensive? Bringing on a new employee. Yeah, go ahead and look up that expense versus the expense of bringing on a new customer. That's an even bigger deal. Like that's a monster that hangs out in the corner sometimes. Like, I don't want to see that one today. Like,
exactly. So, how do you keep your existing customers? You definitely want to make them feel special, show them you appreciate them, and make sure that they know that their business really matters to you. Because the number one reason people leave a business is because of perceived apathy. Perceived apathy. What does that mean? In other words, they don't know that you care, whether they're
yep,
there or not.
yep.
And I think, Joe, all of us have had an experience where we've walked into a retail store and there is not a person to help you to be found, right? There may be people standing over by the register talking amongst themselves, but when they don't look up and say, hi, how can I help you? Or welcome in or anything like that, we've all had that experience, I would guess. I hope I'm not the only one.
No,
But
definitely
we've
not.
all had the experience of walking in somewhere, not being able to find help and thinking, does this business even care that I'm here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think about a couple of businesses that I use on a monthly basis. I have somebody comes and cleans my pool. I don't know their name. I don't know that they know I even exist, with the exception of them having their hand out saying, "Pay me," right? And that's
Yes.
pretty typical of a lot of
Yeah.
businesses. Insurance. I mean,
Yeah.
that's usually bought on price. Usually
Yeah.
somebody's out buying like auto insurance. They're out competing or trying to find that business and they're shopping for price. And
Yeah.
once they find that person, what the insurance agents, a lot of them don't understand is if you treat that customer right, they'll be with you forever. And those commissions, they just keep going and going and become a part of your wealth. And it's a
Yes.
big deal to understand how to keep that customer.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing as well, Joe, in talking about whether or not someone knows you care about their business, if you haven't told them that you appreciate their business, then they
Mhm.
don't know.
It's true. It's
So
true.
you've got to take a look, a good hard look. And a lot of you I'm sensing right now are like, who has time for all this? I've got a business to run. So let us help you out with that by showing you some of the things that we do. First of all, we have an incredible system here at Mailbox Power that allows you to set things up in advance and they automatically go out for you on your behalf. So you could set up an automation that is happy home anniversary, or if you're in the insurance business, just a reminder that we've got you covered, or any one of a number of things that help you stay top of mind as a business. And those can just go out on an automatic basis, whatever cadence you set for those shipments to go out. That's what will happen, whether it's a one single card or several cards, or maybe some cards and gifts or postcards or whatever your budget allows for. But here's the thing, once you set it up, you don't have to worry about it for the whole year or even 2 years or 3 years. And as a matter of fact, Joe, we have an automation that is set for what, 5 years or something, some crazy amount of time.
Yeah, yep. Truly the Ron Popeil of staying in touch. Set it and forget it. Just run away.
Got it.
We'll take care of the rest. We got you. No doubt about
Yep.
it.
So staying top of mind is a great way to remind your customers that you're there and that you care, and it's important for retention. The next thing is to thank them for their business. And this is really important. Their business means a lot to you, whether, regardless of what they're spending. But if you don't know what your top 10 accounts are, for example, and exactly how much money they're spending with you on an annual basis, and at least taking care of them, at least taking care I would say the top 10 accounts are the top 20% of your customers. If you can take care of the top 20% of your customers, you can take care of all of them, but at the very least, strive to take care of the top 20%, and you'll be in great shape in terms of retention.
And this is really simple, folks. And a lot of, what's in our card catalog, it's already pre-written for you. Like it's done. And I'm going to read something to you right now. So this is thank you for your business, your trust, and your confidence. On the inside of the card, if it said, dear customer, use their name, I wanted to reach out and let you know how important you are to me and my business. Your business means the world to me, my company, and my employees. We are so thankful that you chose us, and we really look forward to serving you in the future. What do you think that would mean to that customer? Do you think they would know that you cared? Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. And I'll tell you
Yes.
what, you put a gift in that in a box with that card, I can promise you have a customer for life. I mean, literally, like it's done. It's over. Who else has ever done that for them? No one. But if you're the one who does it, you're keeping them. No doubt about it.
So, Joe, on screen, we have a couple of examples of our gourmet brownies, but we have lots of other gourmet foods in our gift shop,
Oh yeah.
as well as other laser engravable gifts. You'll see a few of those in just a few
Mhm.
minutes,
Oh
and
yeah.
all kinds of things that you can send. But start with a card, build from there, depending on your
Yep.
budget, and really how important those customers are to your business. That's what it
Oh yeah.
really boils down to.
And don't get started
So,
on me talking about food today.
I'm going to
Because
get you
I
started
can go
talking about
on and on.
birthdays. I'm going to
Oh,
get you
okay,
started
good.
on birthdays.
Birthdays,
Birthdays.
birthdays, birthdays. I have a soapbox right behind me, and I stand on it often about celebrating people's birthdays. As a company, we're celebrating over 200,000 birthdays annually. Did you catch that? Over 200,000 birthdays annually. We want you to be a part of that because we know what it means to your business to celebrate the life of somebody's birthday. I'm going to give you a quick statistic. Are you ready? The average number of birthday cards somebody gets on their birthday, 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Do you want to be one of those? Because it's really easy. Just get a Mailbox Power account and honestly go add a birthday automation and add the names, and it's over. We do the rest for you. And to be recognized on a birthday is one piece, but to be recognized on your half birthday, The half birthday card gets more attention than any other card that we have. And you're looking at one of those right before you right now. Happy half birthday. I know. And the cat's face, half of it, right? I'm telling you, I get more texts about the half birthday card showing up at somebody's, at somebody's home or office than anything else because it's so unexpected. What? They knew my half birthday? I didn't know my half birthday. I haven't celebrated my half birthday since I was 12. Are you kidding me? Okay, awesome. It's just a truly unexpected thing. And I'm going to just say this. It makes your customers feel special. It makes them feel wanted by you as somebody they want to do business with. And that's all we're trying to do here. Myself and Vanessa, right before you, right now, we're just telling you to make your customers feel special. And we have a way to do that that's automated, that doesn't take a ton of your time.
That is,
All right.
yeah, it's
Hold on.
so true.
Let me put my birthday soapbox away for a minute.
No,
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to jump back on that soapbox with you for a second because
Good.
celebrating people's birthdays is as easy as sending them a link. You literally set up your birthday automation, and we have people on staff that can help you do that. So don't panic. It's super easy to do. You set up an automation, and then you send out a link that they self-enroll in your birthday automation. You don't have to do anything. You just select the card and send out a link to them. They self-enroll, because I know some of you are sitting there right now going, I don't know my customers' birthdays. We've thought of that. We have a way you can collect them easily. Don't worry.
Yes, 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 and yes, yes. You just need to practice
Awesome.
this. It's the easiest, lowest hanging marketing fruit you can find.
So I saw what you posted a moment ago, Joe. My friend who's the TV news anchor in Hawaii said I sent one of two birthday cards. Are you kidding? I mean, seriously, a news anchor. If that person doesn't have like maximum exposure and they got two birthday cards, that
Yeah,
is fantastic. And you should feel really, really good about that. And
right.
it comes up as Facebook user on our side of the screen. If you go over to StreamYard after this, if you go over to StreamYard.com/Facebook, you can register. And then in future lives, we'll be able to see your name on the screen rather than just Facebook user. So again, that's StreamYard.com/Facebook. All right, let's get going. Here's another idea. And this is
Mm,
about getting personal with your customers. We are all connected on social media. It does not take a lot for you to hop over to your top account and go and look at their social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, wherever, and see what they've been doing in life lately. Maybe they coach a baseball team that went to the world championship, or maybe they're a new grandpa or a new grandma, like my friends down there under the family milestones. Or maybe they have a personal accomplishment, like they've reached a milestone in their health or their wealth journey. Or maybe they have a business accomplishment where they actually have the top sales position in their company or something like that. It is super easy because everybody shares all those highlight moments and their highlight reel of their life. It's super easy for us to go and grab those moments, memorialize them on with either a card or certificate or a picture or a mug or a laser engraved gift or whatever it may be. Memorialize those moments that meant so much to them. You can't even imagine the impact that has. And I'll tell you from personal experience, I have a friend who, not every picture I post, but a lot of pictures that I post, they send it to me on a postcard. I have pictures now printed on postcards because a friend takes them off my Facebook or my Instagram or wherever I'm posting them, and they send it to me. And I love it. And they do it in a timely manner. Like I'll post something, and before I know it, I'll go to my mailbox and that same picture is now in the physical sense, and I can frame it, or I have a bulletin board where I put things up, and it just means so much that people are out there listening. And again, that's a way to validate your customers as human beings, not just as your customer.
And by the way, for those few of you who are out there thinking that this is called stalking, it's not. It's called relationship marketing. Okay. This is what this is all about. You are going to somebody's Facebook page, you're finding out what they do and how you can help them celebrate, what's going on in their lives. So it's fun to do. It's fun to get that reaction. And it's really it's heartwarming to know that you did something nice for somebody, and they're a customer of yours. And the word customer, it gets pretty loose at that point, because it's like, this is more of a friend than it is a customer at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's kind of the deal. We want them to feel that way, like you're treating them like a friend and not a customer, right? And what friends do stuff like this for each other. And there's
And
just so many ways to do it.
it really, Joe, there really are. And I love that you said you're not a stalker. You're just taking a vested interest in their life and what they're doing. And that is
Yeah,
one of the fastest ways to move a relationship from transactional to personal, is
right.
to acknowledge that they exist outside of that business relationship. So
That's
just a
exactly,
little helpful
exactly.
hint there.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. It is so important to thank people for referrals. I cannot tell you how many referrals I've given. Some I get thanks for, some I don't. But the ones I get thanked for, I certainly keep them in mind and send them future referrals, because I know they appreciate it. They took the time to thank me for the referral. So they appreciate the referral. And going back to what we said in the beginning of this, the number one reason people leave businesses is because of perceived apathy. The same thing applies for referrals. Why refer people if you don't think it's appreciated, right? So make sure that people know that you appreciate all the referrals they're sending your way.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. My brother runs a production company in Las Vegas, and really, I'm just going to call it out. The average bill is probably a couple $100,000 for them to put together a show for thousands of people in a room with all the production equipment, and the people, and all of it. And there are several folks that give him referrals on a consistent basis for that kind of business. And you know what he's sending him? I mean, I just want you to think about this for a minute. He's really great at just sending them a card and some brownies, and they keep
That's
sending him
great.
referrals. And he's
Yeah.
happy to spend the $15 to get the new referral. But it's not about getting the new referral. It's not what he's sending it to really thank them for the referral. But they're
Yeah.
receiving it and acknowledging the fact that, my gosh, this guy gave me a referral, or I gave him a referral and he sent me a gift. When was the last time you sent a referral to somebody and they actually gave you a gift?
Right.
Probably
Right.
doesn't happen. Just my guess.
It's true. And I love this one that's thanks a latte for the referral. And then you send that out with a little $5 or $10 or $20 Starbucks gift card. The
Yeah.
other thing is you could send that. I'm just like thinking of things as we're sitting here talking, Joe. You could send that Home Depot gift card with a thank you for helping me build my business.
Yes. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that would hit it home.
Yeah, so many options, so many options for you.
Yeah, so many options. So make sure you're thanking people for referrals. It's one way to ensure that you get future referrals. And then here's another one, win them back. If there's a customer that you're thinking, wow, I haven't seen that person in a while, or hey, I haven't heard from them in a while, then send them one of these fun cards. We've got a couple of postcards on the screen here. The ghost one. Have you have you ever been in a conversation with someone and then they ghosted you? Well, I hope I didn't do that to you. Like, it takes the ownership on you. And again, this is a postcard. So it says, I hope I didn't do that to you. First name. The first name. Let's talk about our merge fields here, Joe,
Mhm,
because we really haven't
mhm.
talked about this. But where you're
Yeah,
seeing the first name merge field on here, where it says bracket, bracket, first name, bracket, bracket, that is pulling information straight out of our contacts in Mailbox Power, or your contacts in Mailbox Power. So if you have, say you've got 50 people that you haven't heard from, or you need to re-engage with them, they haven't patronized your business in quite a while, say there's 50 of them, you could send this same card to all 50 with the click of a button, and it will put the correct first name on the card with their address and everything else, because it pulls it straight out of your contacts. Same thing with the card on the right, the little tennis ball card, which is, did we do something wrong? We've noticed you haven't placed an order for a while. If we drop the ball, we want to make things right. Please give us a chance to make it up to you. Who wouldn't appreciate that? And then they may just come back and say, no, you didn't drop the ball. I just haven't ordered, you know, I haven't had my tennis racket restrung for a while, or
right,
whatever it may be.
exactly.
Right?
But that's the deal. It's personalization. It's being able to personalize a postcard. And folks, we all know when we go to the mailbox what we're looking for. We're looking for our name. And when we
Yeah.
find it emblazoned right on the front of the postcard, we have no choice but to engage with that
Yeah.
postcard and figure out, well, what do they have for me? Or what's going on here? Or what do I need to read? And that's the deal. You know, we have this technology, we've deployed it on our platform for a reason, because we know it converts, and it converts for you. And that's the important part.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the question really is, when you focus on retention, what does it look like in your company? And if this is a conversation that you need to have with your executive team or with your board or whatever it is, make sure that you are having the conversation. Retention is a way for you to look like a rock star if you do it properly. You can actually generate much higher sales from your existing customers for lower, it's a much higher return on investment. So for a much lower investment, you will be able to drive those sales with your existing customers. We're not saying ignore your prospecting. We're not saying don't advertise. We're not saying don't market your business. Certainly keep doing all of those things. But if you'd like a quick win, and a quick burst of sales, then talk to your existing customers, because you're far more likely to sell to them.
Absolutely. And folks, what we've talked to you about retention today is this: you have nothing to lose and everything to gain by deploying what you've learned today. Whether you use Mailbox Power or not, I don't care. Deploy something, right? Get your retention numbers up. It will just hugely benefit your business in a financial way that you'll never forget. And we've given you some of the basics. There's so much more you could get into in the retention game. But our platform is well poised to deliver you a win. And honestly, folks, you got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Just jump in, give it a shot, and see what happens. Try it for 3 months, 6 months. Let's see how many phone calls you get. Let's see how many referrals you get. Let's see what happens to your retention numbers in just a 90-day period of time for you practicing what we're teaching today. It's a simple concept, folks, and it works, or we wouldn't be talking about it. It works. So with that being said, I
We've
think
got the
it's
numbers to prove it.
yes, we do. And so do plenty of companies, right?
Yes. So here's the deal. If you enjoyed this Lunch and Learn, or you joined us halfway through, which some of you did, and you want to watch the replay, head on over to youtube.com/mailbox power. You can watch this and all of our other Lunch and Learns. And hopefully, we'd love your comments. We'd love you to follow our YouTube channel, and we'd love to reconnect with you again at the same time next week.
Awesome. Thanks, Vanessa. Been great having you here today as well. You're just so awesome that you're here with me every week. I wouldn't want to do this alone, that is for sure. And of course, to all of you users, thank you. Thank you for your time today. I know it's the most valuable asset that you have. I know it's my most valuable asset is my time. I'm happy to share my time with you. I'm thankful that you've shared your time with us today. We want you to have a great week. Now go out and do something about your retention, and we'll see you next week with another topic. Bye-bye, everybody.